That little interlude, which sounds like we had good games.
Sequoia.
We are back to play some Scrabble here in New Orleans, in Louisiana, in the central time zone of the US.
The Crescent City.
The Crescent City, as it were. This afternoon we are going to be playing, and I promise not to do this all afternoon, but the Wow lexicon. So if you are a Collins person, just know that some words are not going to be valid in the next 4 games you will be watching this afternoon. We're going to have an LA showdown here first. I don't know if I think Billy's still in LA, but
Sporting the Steph Curry Warriors jersey,
I know,
which is
yeah.
excellent.
And he's, definitely like myself, a Bay Area native. Both grew up playing Scrabble. We'll try to get David's camera fixed because I could not tell you for the life of me what his tiles are.
Oh, that was great.
His tiles are Bifid SR. And so I think we know what he's going to play.
Yeah, both these players on 4-0. There is one other player
Yes.
on 4-0. But yeah, so these guys are the creme de la creme.
Well, I'm going to add new, wait, TWL 23 or 25? When was the last? I have TWL 23 in my Quackle. I hope that's the right one because that's what we're going with now.
Well,
I mean, it's not wow, but like for argument's sake, like it's close enough.
The players themselves will show us if we have the wrong lexicon.
Yeah.
And our chat.
Yeah. Well, I suspect this is probably a good play. It's certainly what I would have played.
Yeah, Bifid 28, unlike the world lexicon, does not take an A. And on Billy's end,
It actually does take an A.
does it really?
Yeah. That one I actually did know because it got added a while back. It's
Hornswoggled.
Is it no, I thought it was bifidum. I don't know. Is that TWL? I don't know, man.
I don't know either. Well, moving on.
We're just getting started here, folks.
It does take an A, and I'm having it. Yeah. So we'll see. That could be an early dimension of this game. Does David know that he just set up an A, and do either of them recognize that that could be a source of big swings?
Yeah,
not going to be immediately relevant. Billy plays his best play of theme. Generally, when you have duplicated vowels, you want to try to strip away all of your duplicates. So even though E's are valuable a lot of the time, here he's got 3 of them, plays 2 of them off, keeps DEI pretty nicely balanced. The one nitpick is maybe you want to keep 2 consonants and 1 vowel if it's at all possible. But in this case, he was unbalanced to begin with, and that's just about the best he could do.
Yeah. You probably could have, I mean, it's 5 points. He could have considered just playing FEE maybe for the slightly better leave and setting up his own hook. I don't know. Maybe.
Right.
Seems pretty reasonable.
Putting the E next to the triple letter score is actually a little risky.
Yeah.
So I think I wouldn't be surprised if computer engine would pick FEE there.
Yeah. And sure is. It's very, very, very close though.
Yeah, not worth losing any.
It's actually 3 points over time. It is simming. Again, I haven't been doing too much wow lately. So my sense of 7-point increase on average for the opponent with no measurable increase for our play. Meanwhile, other plays have happened. I swear I'm here.
Now that makes a lot of sense. Pretty quick sequence here. Rejig, keeping both S's, which is at least a little bit interesting. For 29 points instead of cashing one. Although there wasn't a great play that burned the J. Then Billy with a cue play, immediate cue play response, keeping it very simple, converging ever closer on a bingo. It looks like here David is going to wisely cash in one of the S's.
Yes.
It's S's are great and you like to keep them, but a lot of newer players tend to hoard them in excess. It turns out the 4th S is not super useful. And actually a second S, the typical valuation of that is like 1 point, whereas an S in a vacuum is worth 8 to 10, but
Wow.
situationally it could be a lot more.
Yeah.
And yeah, one interesting thing is so we mentioned that we're playing with a different lexicon with 30,000 fewer words. It's the North American lexicon, but we're able to talk in broad strokes about the strategy. It's sort of a matter of tuning. The principles of the game are not different between the world game and the North American variant. So I can make a statement like the second S is not worth that much, and it's is broadly going to be true. This is an interesting one because Swag takes an E hook, and he could have done something here like swap for 2 extra points that would have just set up the S without setting up the E. But I do like PRS better than GRS, so I understand where he's coming from with this.
PRS is great, and I don't know, did he open anything for Billy? I believe seeding is probably the only thing I see.
I see looking at Bassett. I think that's only in the world lexicon, am I right?
I think so.
I don't think so.
There's no, there's just I mean,
Basing is good,
yeah,
but I think
Basing.
Basung.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the interesting dimensions is there are some players who cross over between both the North American and world lexica. Although maybe these days people have kind of converged on one or the other.
Mostly Will's and Nigel are pretty much because
Yeah.
we both kind of given up. Dave kind of gave up. Even Josh Sokol's pretty much given up.
Truthfully, I never tried to.
That's fair.
Yeah, so that can always add an interesting, like whenever you're in a WoW game and you see someone considering Collins words, and you know that they've dabbled a bit in the dark arts.
Yes.
It's always an interesting dimension. Yeah.
Well, it's looking pretty good for David here because, well, looks like Billy should have something. Does not look like he has much of anything. And David has found Precious and also has some sevens in that rack as well that should play all over the board. So
yes, very likely to land the first bingo.
Yeah.
But Billy's in fine shape here. I mean, obviously he doesn't know what his opponent has.
Yeah.
But he really just needs to oh goodness. DA. Come on.
DA.
Tell me
DA. Yeah, that got re-added.
Good.
So I think GED looks
I think
solid.
that's what I would do there. You're just trying to these plays are interesting because your rack is so good that you could almost you could fish one tile, you could fish multiple tiles. It's kind of hard to decide at times. You could do diff and DE. But yeah, design or DEGINS is a super powerful combo.
Yeah.
But so is EGINS. So it's actually
like amazing. Yeah.
It's probably worth tacking on the D or there's some threshold where it's not worth it to play off the D, but
on the right board as well. Yeah.
Is he thinking? I thought for a second he'd lined up designed from the DE on the board. That would be a big mistake. You really want to get it when you get this close. You really want to get a bingo down.
Yeah. So GED seems most likely. I guess you can make a case for diff and DE just to open up a maybe. Oh, he's gonna play be singed. So if you are just tuning in, again, this is the WoW North American lexicon, and use double challenge. So it's not as simple as just 5 points and be on your way, which you usually afford to give up a couple of 5 points per.
Right, but the thing for David here is Billy's just given him produces for 167 points.
Oh,
so should he accept the phony and score 167, or does he just challenge it off and play Precious? And he spelled it wrong. It's not the right word.
Okay, well, fortunately, he got it.
Oh, goodness. He challenges off. I mean, you have to think about it at least. It probably makes sense to challenge it off even with the triple, because you have perfect information of Billy's rack, and it really caps his upside, especially when there are no other bingos on the board.
Right, but now there's going to be.
Yeah, right. But
Like, or no, I guess no. As long as he knows groups and swage or whatever. So I should say, David has to be careful.
yes,
Because I'm
not
assuming that seedings is okay. Well, sorry.
Well, right, seeding. Yeah, right.
Seeding does not take an S.
Can you play recoups? And seeding doesn't take S
in this? No. So I guess he's okay.
Well, he also has edginess, so he's gonna. But yeah, so.
Oh, edginess. Yeah, that's
Right. Is this totally safe? I think he's picked a safe version of it, where in the North American lexicon, there's no dinguses or dinguses.
Yeah, dinguses. Yeah, edginess almost fits, but I don't know.
Wow.
I mean, Krups, I think is one of the good ones. Seems like a pretty clear improvement on this. So I don't know if he just was like, cool, this doesn't give anything back.
But Krups gives designer.
No, Krups and Swage.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure he spotted that one.
So that's
a lot of points.
Yeah.
Was even thinking, and we're gonna learn a lot here. Was even thinking about Swage. It's possibly played swag, only thinking about the S hook.
Yeah. Well, now Billy, he doesn't know this, but if he doesn't play GED this time, Pearl Jam have drawn a nice little bingo through that A.
Pearl Jam versus Billy the Kid.
Yes. David really actually does go by Pearl Jam, so.
Billy Nakamura is no relation to Hikaru that we know of.
None that we know of.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about this some more. So Recoups was 71, or sorry, 73, produces 100 points more, 167. He could have scored 90. He passed up 94 points. I think maybe you just take the triple.
Triple plus 14 tiles gone.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because now he kind of has a headache. Well,
yeah.
This isn't quite how I would have done it, because I would have kept that G.
Would have kept the G.
What if he just played Ed there? And then you set up swages and this it's working. I don't think David's going to have any regrets about how this game's working out. No. But I think Billy should have kept the G there to leave swages open, and then it's like you've created a huge headache for yourself as David. It's like a super tight board. After produces, he's just up a boatload.
Yeah.
So again, it's worked out for him.
Yeah.
But Billy is Bedouin.
Yeah, he did. Fortunately, he did manage to draw something from the B, so I feel pretty confident he's going to find that.
Oh man, this is
spelling it out now. This is turning into a game for sure.
I gotta watch my blood pressure with this one. This is wild already.
Yeah. So he's gonna play Bedouins pretty quickly, I think.
Almost every move this game is giving you a heart attack. Wow.
All right, what weird things can happen?
Well, David has a pretty big play of Oral and Swager to think about.
Yeah.
There might be one option. There's 41 points. Very tempting.
41 and just does a lot of control on the board.
Kind of gums up the works a bunch, but it does now that S is open. So
but that's about the safest place. The double letter score already covered, S in the 4th spot. If you're going to throw an S out in space, or leave one open, I guess. That's about where I'd feel most comfortable. But then, watch Billy draw.
Right.
It's looking pretty good. Oh, almost.
Yeah, the X triple is a rare beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a solid play. So he's thinking about playing a shore through the S. I feel like David is just kind of knocking plays out pretty fast. I feel like he's just gonna play this and not look back with the way he's making his other moves. And yeah, it's very, very principled. Block the triple, which is by far the biggest threat on the board. I mean, the bottom right is actually quite difficult to access. Swager is not super obviously a word. So
Right.
it'd be interesting to
That's one
see
you
if it's
need to know.
Right.
Because he's also, this would not be a good time to give up a free turn. I mean, it's never a good time to give up a free turn, but like when you got this kind of, 90-point lead on a board that is doesn't have to remain closed. It's kind of, the board isn't really sure how it's going to end up yet, you could say. Billy, of course, sitting on a good OX play next turn. Probably won't use the triple at all.
Right. No blanks played. Maybe you could think about just playing Scholler from the S. Turn some extra tiles over.
Yeah.
Play the L for 3 more points. I think that's probably worth it.
Yeah, there's no real reason to. It's also slightly better for overlaps coming back, or I mean harder for overlaps coming back. Actually, Scholler's actually no. You get more coming down in column 14 after Scholler.
You think so?
Yeah, because of the A. The A blocks a lot of things that end in EY or ED.
Oh, yeah. Either way, a solid principal move. I mean, Horrell is a lot more points there, but very.
If you're not positive, it's not worth it.
Yeah, I didn't actually see any. I didn't see any signs that he saw the spot even, so that'll be an interesting dimension.
But OX seems pretty likely. Pretty here.
Well, he already has
likely here.
He already has Rex and Swager lined out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, sure, and more power. I mean, that's especially if he thinks maybe he could get the free turn out of it.
I don't think so. That's not a great place for David to challenge.
Yeah.
It's a lot of points.
Yeah.
I will say thematically, it kind of it blocks things up. I'm not wild about blocking that bottom lane. I would probably be tempted to play the X for points somewhere else.
Yeah. OX also does block a couple pretty obvious lanes, but
they're not great lanes. I probably would do it.
I think I would too.
I'd be tempted by Ox there. Because you can kind of reason through this, where I'm David right now, and I'm probably relieved to see Rex go down. I'm saying, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, he scored a bunch of points, but he also didn't. There are no threats open.
Yeah.
Right. So you can put yourself a turn ahead and think, how is my opponent going to react to this? And it's, if your opponent is going to be happy to see a play go down,
right,
that's like a sign to yourself of, maybe I should think through this one more time.
Yeah, and I would say this is kind of one difference I've felt across the smaller and larger Lexica is it's a little bit easier to look multiple turns ahead. I always
TWL.
in TWL I kind of feel like I have a little more insight as to like what is more likely to happen in the future. Again, why I think playing defense is easier.
Less chaos for sure. Yeah, I really agree with that.
Yeah. Looks like good scores for David, despite the A and a shore being there on that right side.
Right, so he's up 72, so he really just wants to crank away and just keep scoring points.
Yeah.
Turn over some tiles so you can draw a blank and your opponent can't get both of them. But he's in a nice spot here. Not under a huge amount of pressure, I have to say.
Yeah.
And what are you thinking here? Named, perhaps?
You're mained if he wants to go up above, but whatever scores more, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like mained would be 38.
I think one thing to note is like, the most likely lane to get opened imminently could be row 2. And if I'm up, 70 points on a closed board, that's the exact kind of lane I want to see open if something is going to be open, because no bingo is going to score very much on row 2.
Right.
Going out to the left, and I'm going to get a big...
You're going to overlap it to the triple word score. And look, man, you called it.
Yeah.
Nice play.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maine is just really exactly what you want. Scores points,
Yep.
blocks some bingo lanes. And here, if you're Billy, I wonder if you think about something like a tonic.
A tonic seems, yeah, unless there's a better leave, that's exactly what I want to do here.
It's one of these things where you're not thrilled to get rid of the good bingo letters, and it does bring the end of the game closer. But there's also 2 blanks out there, and you need to draw them.
Yeah, and if you look at the pool, there's 5 T's, 5 A's, 3 more O's, 2 N's to come.
Right.
So fortunately, it's the all things considered. Oh, and look at what David got. Jeez, a good timing to open it up.
Yeah, I think he almost has notional.
Almost,
One
right?
tile off.
Yeah, lunation as well.
Yeah, he needs to not get too attached to his current letters and recognize that he's got to go out there and go blank hunting.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a tonic actually works excellently right now.
Yeah, very nice. We do see it.
Nice. So, I mean, this is going to obviously be a game changer for him because he's down a lot, but we know that David has crud on his rack. And
He can block with Yule, and I think that's what he's just going to do, like YUL over the top of a tonic, try to block most of those new lanes.
Yeah. Shout out to Montreal Airport, YUL.
Really? I don't know if I've flown to that one. Oh.
Flown out of it when I was visiting Josh Sokol once upon a time.
Yeah, when you have a bad rack, this is another simple heuristic, and not always immediately controlled in the moment, but basically when you have a bad rack, you want to block, and when you have a good rack, you want things to be open. So this is a fantastic time from David's perspective to just gum up the works.
Yeah.
He's doing it with Yulans here, which is it makes a lot of sense. It gets through a lot of the junk. I will say that it's not as blocky as something like Yule. I mean, Yule, the leave after Yule might just be prohibitively bad.
Yeah.
But Yulans is not hugely blocky. But he also, there's still a blank or 2 blanks out there for him to draw. So I kind of like Yulans now that I see it on the board.
And in many ways, like he's kind of committing to like a 2-turn, but really block the board.
Sure, yeah.
And so I think that's perfectly reasonable with the over 100-point lead he still has. Because he's actually he's future proofing. Yulans keeps a better, not as bad leave, scores well, and in the event that Billy can't do anything on the left side, he can really just destroy the board. If Billy tries to open down from the O at some point, he can play down from Yulans. It's just the board is just toast. So he kind of just needs to survive 1 turn, if you will, which we know he's probably not, but he'll still be winning. So it's not, not the end all be all.
Right. When players start learning how to block or play defense, a common pattern is they'll block, but keeping terrible letters in the process. Like they'll only focus on how blocked the board can become. But actually, your own terrible racks and leaves are a significant source of variance, because if you keep awful letters,
right,
you will struggle to keep the board closed when the board when a threat is opened. Your letters might be so horrible that you're totally unable to do anything about it, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, so Yulans cleans up the rack nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good insight.
Oh, cool. There's 1 59-point bingo. It's a 9.
Well, you don't see that every day.
Yeah, I saw I guess, yeah. Do you even bingo here? Probably not.
Well, what do you do if you don't bingo is the question.
LYTTA maybe? I don't know. Nah, you probably need to bingo here.
You want to bingo here because you want to draw the other blank.
Yeah, yeah.
Petulant.
But I almost don't want to bingo on the right side of the board. I kind of want to bingo on, like with the A or something. Because I want to keep 2 like completely separate areas open. That way David can't address both of them. So if you found antenatal, then like more power to you. I think that's a great time to open triple. But for those of us non-Nigel Wiegans,
for those of us who are not antenatal,
yeah, exactly. I'm personally probably a little more inclined to play probably Tarleton, I think. Just because it just opens more. I want to keep the board as open as possible while I'm losing. But
yeah, Tarleton makes a ton of sense there.
Yeah.
Good call.
knockout Nakamura. Yes, that's what they call him. Billy the Kid.
Wow, Nakamura. That's pretty darn good. Might need to commission a nickname myself.
All right, what are we? Looks like petulant is being spelled out. It does keep the E open for another really small bingo lane, but I don't.
You could reopen things as well by playing to the P.
Yeah.
Later. So I don't mind it. I don't see a huge difference.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, this is a board in general that has pretty good potential to be open. Think about the O and over lane too. You can play down from there and open some really juicy lanes. So it's not really that David did anything wrong here. Had he drawn a little more definitively, he could have just blocked on top of a tonic and scored a ton. It was more so that he just didn't draw the best combo, but then again, he also has the lead to be able to handle a bad draw. So
yeah, and I like the approach of like the two turns to close things down really efficiently. Because again, like if Billy doesn't have a bingo here and he does start to play down from the O, it's just so much easier for David to play down from the Y. Because he's already got those lanes, those blocking lanes available. So
interesting. It's like he's spidered himself into position to shut things down the next turn. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and since he's winning by enough to do that, and most of the time after a 5-tile draw, or more often than not, Billy's not going to have a bingo. And even in this case, his bingo is going to score 57, 58, 59 if he wows us with a
antenatal.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and personally give it. Well, if I hadn't lost my wallet, I would go and personally give him $1 if he played.
I actually have cash on me, but I need to make change.
Okay, I will take $1 from you and then give it to Billy if he plays antenatal.
There you go. Yeah.
I will borrow $1. There we go.
Well, he's certainly taking his time on this one, which is totally fair. This is like a turning from his perspective, definitely like a crucial point in the game where he's gonna make up some of the lead, but knows that even after the blank bingo, he's still gonna be losing.
Well, he doesn't have the security we do of knowing that he doesn't have a bigger bingo, right? Like he might be looking at the A and just really thinking, dude, is this really all I have?
Yeah, or even the O is pretty friendly with those letters. But petulant is going to be the play. And I suspect that David's probably going to try to do what he can to block that left side of the board now, especially.
Yeah, we saw him line up Capu before, which I think would be a really excellent play. I suspect that's what he'll do.
Cool. I did not know that was valid in TW. Yeah, it is. No, it is. Okay, verifying. That must have been.
I know it's Hawaiian. Capu is pretty interesting stuff. It's the Hawaiian rules around taboo, and they were like pretty active until at least well into the 19th century, and then almost immediately abandoned or something. Interesting history. But anyway, he plays Taka instead. Yeah, why did he do that? Yeah, it actually sets up a big spot for the J and the X are gone. Maybe he just wasn't sure about Capu.
Yeah, it's possible.
He might just know Capu from life, and not be certain of its validity.
Yeah, from Southern California. I feel like he's traveled to Hawaii a bit. I feel like I don't know why I think he's been there. I just feel like he's spent some time there.
One of the highlights of the West Coast is that Hawaii is actually just not that far away.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and he has Billy does pull the second blank, right? Yeah. So this was the case for why do we bingo now instead of playing?
And I want to say he can bingo now too. Yeah, I think he has one. I think it's that's got to be. Yeah, I've known that word forever.
Yes. Yeah, he's got to make the blank an H. Eh?
Got to make the blank an H.
Pretty. Let's see how good his 5-val 8s are.
Yeah. And it's amazing. Even after that, he'll still be losing.
Right. He probably needs a third bingo. He was
Yeah.
basically 3 bingos down. He's
Yeah.
going to be 2/3 of the way there.
I mean, so far this is going about as poorly as it can for David. I mean, he got another just this time was a terrible draw.
Yeah, the saving grace might be if he can muster a score out of what he has. He could do up hove to the E and petulant, but I don't think he's going to get the chance.
Yeah.
I think Billy's going to find this. This is
I think so.
I don't know Billy's game super well, but my perception is that he's a good studier.
And that's
thick.
Yeah. What's the probability of
Well, it's a 5-val 8, so this
Right,
is
so
if
even
you're gonna
likely,
foray your
yeah.
way through our gigantic
Yeah.
dictionary. A lot of times, the place you'll start is by learning all the bingos that have a surplus of vowels, and one of the ones you'll stumble across is theke.
Yep. Both are only in the 6,300 range anyway, so I'm fairly certain he's studied that, though it is a hard. I mean, it's not the easiest find ever. For being honest.
Right. I mean, the flip side is if you have 4 vowels, is it your instinct to look at the 5th vowel on the board?
Right. If you look, you'll find it.
Right.
Um,
I think he kind of has to look there simply because there's not that many lanes on the board, and that's what would make you look at the E there.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you do? If not, it's kind of way better than everything else.
Yes. Finding your bingos is a good way to win.
It's true.
Travel.
That is how the scoring can not stop. Did Yote get added to TWL?
The past tense of yeet.
Yeah. It's good in the other one.
Yes.
Yote. I feel like Yote might be I don't know.
I don't think history is going to look back at us as having outdone ourselves with that inclusion in the lexicon.
I'm very happy it was added personally.
But sadly, yeet is not in. Yeet is in WoW 24, but Yote is not.
Yeah, I think the past tense of Yote is. I remember that being like Collins only for some reason. Yeeted is good, I think, but I don't know. What do I know? What do I know? Not much. I did know that one though. Actually, I don't know. I don't know about it. Wow. I'm not really sure what the differences are, except some naughty words.
Right. I think we'll avoid that diatribe if we can get away with it.
I'm perfectly happy to,
Billy Fishes. Yeah, exactly. This is speaking of the paucity of options, he plays a bit of an onomatopoeia there.
Coyote to have yeeted together. I like that. Coyote. Coyote.
Oh my god. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
What do you think about Pove here?
I
don't see any sign that he's he could also do pin up.
I'm assuming he's gonna do OUPH as kind of the like from the O and over lane. The H isn't so
sure.
I don't know if it's the best play, just that's like the automatic, like what I would expect someone to
he see. Might have Uphove lined up on his rack. I guess Uphove actually sets up some new bingo lanes, which you don't necessarily want. So
yeah, it does actually set up the 7-lane ending in S.
Yeah, so maybe that's right. Then OUPH is quite nice.
Yeah,
just doesn't the lane you give back would be good for scoring, but it's pretty hard to use usually.
And he's also now like he's addressing the Ono's lane, so he's also like addressing a better lane.
Mm-hmm. You don't even when you're winning like this, you don't even mind having the V most of the time. Because it's a useful blocking tile. There are no 2-letter words with a V in it. And it can actually be quite pleasant to have the V in your arsenal to just immediately shut down a new lane whenever it emerges.
Yeah. But this is it seems like about the best rack you could have to end something in an H. My goodness. Surely there's
starch.
Starch? I don't know. A stretch. Maybe not.
Yeah, I mean the fact that even he doesn't have one that goes to the H speaks to how safe the H was to put out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, these racks from Billy's perspective are extremely important because with having such good letters, you have unusual flexibility to put a bingo down in a place that leaves your options open. However, Billy is 3 minutes and 40 seconds.
Remarkably, and I admit I cheated. He has only one bingo which has been found. He's one, right? One playable.
What did the chat find that?
Yeah.
Those
But his
eager
best
beavers.
his best play may well be to play Seashore. Saving cart.
That is so cool. Yeah, Seashore makes a ton of sense here
Yeah.
because you're kind of reaching a point in the game where he's not going to have a chance to bingo again. He's down 100.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, he's down 90. I cannot math. He's down 94. Seashore is so nice if you can find it.
Yeah.
37 points. It leaves him in bingo range. It
Yeah.
leaves him in striking range. It's actually beautiful.
And still a good, like, if he's gonna hit the H, which he kind of has to do.
Yes.
CART blank. Well, it's about something.
Yeah, reattach.
Just
draw,
arch.
reattach,
Anything
and
arch.
Tetrarch.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. I think I like that better than bingoing right now. I don't even see a path to victory if he bingos now.
No, Cabretta's for 70. I mean, he would just need to draw something to the E. You'd have to get just have to get really lucky.
Yeah, so roll the dice again, Billy.
Yeah. Now, if you don't see either of those star plays.
Yeah, at that point, I'm kind of stumped, man.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Never a dull moment.
No. Like there's nothing to the E. Like I just find that so hard to believe. I mean,
but
like,
even if you did have something, you just don't want to.
For sure.
Play it.
It's just like it's just crazy that there's not like even the fact that there isn't. There's nothing with the P. Like
it almost says Airstream through the E and the M. Cat stream. I mean, one of the things about Billy's game is he has had a blank and promising letters in so many of these racks, and it's just drained all of his time going to the end game. You can almost see on his face his thought of, well, ran out of time. Yeah, he's got to
do something.
Does catchers take any cool extensions like sea catchers?
Sea catch is like it has a weird plural, but
yeah, I was just making that up. Like a Zen catcher would be really good. I think a Zen catcher is the thing you put in, like the mandala or the thing you put outside your house, and it kind of absorbs all the. I'm just making things up. I don't think it is double challenge. So all he's got to do is just convince David that it's a word.
Kate and I were learning about the cow words earlier. So you have cow catcher, dog catcher, of course, fly catcher. I like in Collins there's mole catcher.
Fly catchers, is that viable? With is there an F out there for? It's not going to happen in this game.
The Fs came out on the first track, unfortunately.
Because that's actually not a terrible plan. If you see that opportunity, just put catchers down, and then you don't have to draw another bingo. All you have to do is just draw the right 3 tiles, and you buy catchers, because buy catch is a word. I don't know.
I wonder if at one point, again, because this is double challenge, like.
Right.
Does Billy ever just consider playing just for spread purposes? Does he ever just play, I don't know, lit catchers? Like at what point do you just like
wit catchers?
Wit catchers, like something that like as long as you don't challenge, you'll win the game. And you see this in TWL, just the funniest things will get played at the end of the game because
the only way I can lose,
just in case,
if I lose my turn,
I mean, I've seen some of the. I mean, I've let some of the most ridiculous things go, but
that's right. There's usually a moment where you look, directly into your opponent's eye after they play it, and you say, "You know what? I know for a fact that you're full of it, but I can do nothing about it." So Are you happy with yourself? And the answer is usually yes.
One I remember played against me was Doug Brockmeyer played Oxgoad. And I'm like, I mean, it is like it's a 6. Like, maybe I don't know it somehow, and so I let it go. I know Ed once played Orangish, Orangeish. Cut off some spread.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Douglas Brockmeyer, wherever you are.
Jeremy, Tim Fukawa Connolly says hi. As he eats his pizza. Pizza looks good.
Evidently, there's still slices left.
Yeah.
All right, David, play faster. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
So what's he going to think about here? I think
He's
he
just
actually has kind of, I mean, he is going to win. He actually has kind of a tricky path to getting out in this game. He is
Yeah.
such an odd set of letters.
Yeah. I think he's still really just looking for that first, like, actually good.
Oh, boy catchers. That's what he's trying to choose.
Boy catchers. I would
I got it.
if I was in Billy's position, I would 100% play that. I wouldn't even think. I would play it so fast.
Oh, this is great.
Like, why not?
Why not? Yeah, bovine looks like an okay play, but what do you do with YZ at that point? Nothing.
Yeah, I think bovine might actually be a bovine.
Fatal mistake.
No, bovine forces Billy to block ZA.
I zone here and leave VY. Same thing. What are you doing with VY?
We have Tav.
I almost don't want him to overthink this. Like,
oh yeah, don't overthink it. But he does have to like think about it a bit.
No, he definitely does, but I don't want him. Sometimes you can get caught where you're trying to do the right thing. It's like, okay, I got to play an out and 2, and you do the out and 2 no matter what.
Yeah,
and actually, you steal yourself of the win by not just playing your Z for 30 points or something.
But
just play Zoa.
Yeah, it's like
Zoa 32, can't lose.
Yeah, it turns out. I mean, the thing he's probably looking at is, Billy can play TEW atop Atonic and Taka.
Yeah, which is
30.
It's a fair number of points, but nothing unmanageable.
Nothing unmanageable, but it essentially, like, whatever David plays, like, that's how much he's up. Because he's up 29, Billy scores 30, so he's essentially only up this play. So he just needs to make sure he can outrun whatever gets played next. So Zoa seems like it should be enough. But
yeah, either that or block, basically.
Yeah. But nice thing for Billy is I think he knows what he's going to play, unless something weird comes where he's trying to block the Z. But so it looks like David wants to play boy catchers now. No, I think he's thinking about playing buoy, I think, because that it ensures 2 Z plays. And one actually interesting thing I just realized is if Billy plays TEW, it sets up Zeta. It's actually kind of in David's interest to hold the Z back so long as he feels confident that Billy doesn't have an outplay. I think you actually hold the Z back because Billy's low on time, so he's likely to give the Z spot. So actually, I like buoy. I think is actually a very strong play here.
So it keeps the V-Z combination interesting.
He's saving Zine.
Right. So Billy's had the time to think through this, realizing that he doesn't want to give his data back.
That's
cool.
Seems pretty optimal from my perspective, but buoy should be a winning play.
This is a really great instance of an intermediate pro tip, which is when you're doing your end game and you figure out your 2-turn sequence for how you're going to get out, you should always say, well, what happens if I reverse these? Because sometimes your first play will give back a play and you want to make the second play first. So it never hurts to just ask yourself, what happens if I reverse these 2 plays?
Yeah. Unfortunately, after Zine, David does have 2 Z spots or 2 V spots. So he is safe in that regard. So Billy can't do anything. Turns out that actually the best play is actually to play tilt to block Zine, force him to play ZA for 11, and then save EW. But right idea for sure.
That is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So he just has to play Zine right here to the E at the top. That's really the best he can do. I think he's having the same reaction I am. It's like, is this really the best I can do? So he can't. Could he not play Vita there, like VITA, and then block TW out, or?
Would he get Z stuck?
Oh yeah.
He still has to worry about getting
right.
He's one Z spot, but 2 V spots. He's got Dev and Nav.
Right.
So kind of interesting endgame there. It wasn't Billy was able to kind of get back in it a little bit, all things considered, but was probably going to take a miracle like Seashore, etc.
Seashore would have been a pretty remarkable, very difficult play, especially when you're in bingo now mode.
Yeah,
being able to just even stop looking for bingos and consider the alternatives takes a lot of discipline and time on your clock as well. Billy did not have a lot of time there to consider.
I mean, David came up to me beforehand, did the classic, don't call out all my mistakes or whatever. But to be totally honest, I mean, other than recoups, played pretty darn well. I don't really have any complaints about his approach to the game. So
he played great.
I think we might go to the camera here, or the mic. Yeah, mic.
355, 325 and 30.
301, 263, 236,
234.
160.
Go back to the beginning.
57.
Oh, 53 there. Okay. No, 55.
Come on,
53.
You had 29.
Oh, 29. Yeah. 55. 30 is 85.
57.
57. Thank you.
So 417.
Okay.
399.
Just come back.
Yeah.
Just that one play. No, maybe I should have done BIZE.
I can't be hearing you, and we're still.
Yeah, probably.
You're all good. I'm just too deaf.
Petulant. You had anything better?
Could not find anything. I feel like, obviously the phony is terrible, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what else. It's probably just Besiege that I'm thinking of.
17,399. Quite terrible.
Cool. Well, that is game 1 of the afternoon. We're going to have 3 more coming up in the Wow lexicon. So we're going to take a couple minute break. We'll be back soon. New Orleans.